Good morning. I am so excited to be back in the office. Thank you so much for joining us on Coffee and Cookies. My name is Lindsay, and my co-host Nick, he's doing all that technical stuff right now. So I had a great weekend. It was a long weekend for us. Did y'all have a long weekend? My husband didn't. He had to work. So, you know, I got to enjoy some extra long weekend, and he had a regular work week, regular weekend. It was just same old for him. Man.
You're vicious.
Must be tough to be me.
Goodness gracious. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Cookies. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Yesterday was President's Day, so did we have a show? No, we did not. Did we get some work done? We got some side projects done.
We did.
Some side projects. We did do a little traveling, some side projects done, but it was good. It was needed. It was nice to recharge a little bit. It's nice to spend some extra time with the family, right? And
I actually didn't spend extra time with my family because mine was whisked away by grandma.
so you got extra personal time.
Extra me time.
There you go. That's a win.
It was really nice.
Right? Right? Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious. Why are you so loud and I'm so soft right now?
We're trying this new thing. It's called role reversal.
You're going to be a loud one. There we go. So, guys, we missed y'all. I hope you guys really did have a great weekend. It's been it was definitely a time of spending a lot of time in the house, in the church house. When I say the house, I meant the church this weekend, and having some life moments, and we're going to go through that for a little bit. But let us know how your weekend went. Okay, put in the comments, how did it go? What did y'all do? So did any of y'all watch the Olympics? Just curious here.
Not me.
You did not watch the Olympics?
No. Why? What happened?
Man,
That's why
Olympics
I have
are
you
great.
in my life. Like I do. You know. Yeah.
The Olympics are awesome. And here's why I like the Olympics. It's a rarity, right? Like every 4 years you get the Winter Olympics, then every 4 years you get the Summer Olympics. Like it's not like an every year thing.
It's like an every other year thing.
And then it flip flops between hot and cold. Something that Texas has not figured out yet.
Oh, they're good at flip-flopping, for sure. For sure. It's supposed to be 80 today or yesterday, and tomorrow it's supposed to snow. Yeah, I would call that a flip-flop.
So tomorrow's supposed to be icy rain, and then Thursday it's supposed to snow now.
Do you want to put both of us on camera, or are you just going to...
Oh, goodness gracious.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Right?
And
you know.
It is all about you, Nick. I will submit. It is all about you. Yes.
Well.
But I'm the pretty one.
Okay, Lindsay.
That's right.
Okay.
Just working on my confidence.
Oh, yeah, like you need help with that. Dustin, where are you, brother? I need to show with you. I feel like I'm getting pushed out of this space with the ego.
What?
That's a lie. What? I normally push her out of the room with my ego.
Yeah, you do.
So here we go, right? we were out and we were looking at rental properties to invest in. And during that drive, you had an epiphany. You got some new data that said something is about going to happen. An event's going to happen at the same time as your son's birthday party.
Oh, yes. I thought you were talking about my comment about your life.
Oh, yes, that too. But that was on the drive back. On the drive to looking at this possible rental property, which we decided not to purchase. You got some data. So go ahead and tell us that story, Lindsay.
So Tristan is born right around spring break. So it was great for me. It was
planned.
It was planned, actually. Like, it wasn't planned when we were getting pregnant for Tristan. But when we were getting ready to get him out and have him delivered, it was definitely planned. We induced, actually, the Thursday before spring break, because he was actually due the week of spring break. Anyway, insurance stuff, days off, all that mess. I planned for him to be born before spring break so I could have that free week off. Smart. I was smart. Okay. Smart.
Planned childhood around what? Around spring break.
Around.
You realize he's going to have some of the best teenager Birthday parties.
I know. Yes, right now they stink though. Not stink.
Because
but-
all of his friends are gone, right?
Yes. So, yeah. So it
Good
was
morning,
great.
Amber.
It was great when we had him because I got that extra week off. Not extra, but I got a week off, not taken out of my paycheck. It was fabulous. And now I'm like, when are we going to do a birthday party? Well, we can't do it the weekend of break. We can't do it during break. We can't do it the weekend after break. Like, all these things are in my brain now of like planning his birthday party. So we're doing it the Thursday night before spring break so that if his friends are going on vacation and they want to come, they can come. And we found out an hour after I sent the invites.
An hour after. I remember your voice. You were like, I just sent this an hour ago.
Sent this an hour ago. Yeah.
I'm dying laughing, by the way.
Yeah. Hilarious. That the school, the elementary school that they go to is having an open house that night from the exact same time.
Not the exact same time.
A half hour off.
There you go.
A half hour difference.
Half hour
time
difference.
As his planned birthday. And I'm like, where was the communication on this? Like we usually get pretty good communication. Like, hey, this is happening next month. This is happening this month.
Correct.
We usually get fantastic communication. And this one, I was like, there's nothing. There's nothing on the website. It's this tiny little 2 words on the calendar, the newsletter thing that goes out every Friday. Like, hey, this is happening. There's no time. I actually had to get my connections with the
Morning,
front desk
Tim.
mom. Okay. Like my son is friends with her son. And I'm like, do you have any information on this? Because I don't know what's going on. And I just sent Tristan's invites out and whatever. So then I had the epiphany later that night as I'm like, are we going to switch his birthday? Are we going to do it like 2 weeks later? Are we going to what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know. Yeah. So my husband and I, we were having this conversation and I'm like, you know what? The people that are supposed to be there are going to be there. This is what's best for our family.
There you go.
And this is what we're going to do.
There you go.
Because every other night is booked.
Every night is booked. And here we go, right? Even if you had known about this, really would it have changed anything?
It might have.
No, it wouldn't.
I don't know.
I know the rest of your week. It would not have changed anything. It would not have. So
Yeah.
Amber, just so you know, Tristan's birthday party starts at?
Oh, that was to me. I thought you were talking to Amber. Starts at 5:30.
So we're going to go early to the open house to make sure we're there on time,
Yeah.
right?
And, there's other things that you have during the week. Like one mom was like, hey, we have practice that night. We're coming, but it's going to be late. I'm like, that's totally fine.
Right? Show up.
Absolutely fine. Like, we just want you to come have some cake so I don't have to take it all home.
Which, on that note, so here we go, right? But the most important thing that you were talking about was when you got into the office, you said, I need to make sure that I
don't know. I said a lot of things.
make the best decision for my
Yes.
family.
Yes.
I need to stop being so worried about everyone else's schedules, about everyone else's what ifs, and
Yes.
I need to do what's best for my family, what's best for my son, what is best for us.
Yep.
And if people want to come join in,
Yeah.
they can.
Which is funny because I said, join us as we celebrate Tristan on the invite. And it needs to be that.
It does.
We're celebrating Tristan, whether you come or not.
There you go. We want you there.
Sure.
That's why you got an invite.
Yep.
But if you can't, if it's not a priority to you, that's okay.
Absolutely okay.
Are you ready for this?
But not for Nick and Amber. Y'all have to come.
How? Oh man, we're about to go off topic here. You ready?
No.
How?
Last time we went off topic.
I know. It was about dirty business.
Man.
Okay. How much would that have changed your life if you had had that mindset when you were younger? When you were playing sports, when you
So-
were dating, when you were younger, you were like, you want to know what? I've decided, I'm choosing, I'm going in this direction. Better make sure it's the right direction. Okay. You ask Nick first. Okay. But in doing so, I'm going to invite people to come alongside of me. And if you want to come alongside with me and go on this path, you can. But if you can't, that's okay.
Yeah.
So I was speaking with an individual, and they're going through kind of a breakup situation, and it's post-breakup situation, and there's some text messages going on. And I was like, listen, man, you have to say 6 words. I forgive you. Let's move forward. I'm choosing to do what's best for my life, because he's not married right now. He doesn't think about anyone else, right? Choosing to do what's best for my life, and I'm going to move forward. And if people want to come up next to me and be part of my life, then great. If they don't want to, that's okay.
Just so you know, that's 7 words.
I forgive you.
Let's move forward.
Move forward. Let's move forward, okay?
Which is a conjunction of 2 words.
Oh my goodness. This is why
This is why you love me.
Amber, she's been like this all morning.
Yeah.
This.
I got coffee this morning.
Which makes an absolute difference. So yesterday, we did not have coffee in the morning. I was like, we're going to have a morning without coffee.
No,
Oh my
okay.
goodness. It was bad.
That was not
It was
communicated.
bad.
The
I know
last
it wasn't
thing
communicated.
that
I knew what I was doing.
communicated
I knew what I was
that
doing.
Nick was bringing the coffee.
And then I was like, no, we're not going to do it.
Yeah. So I had my creamer. I was ready for my coffee.
There's
but it
coffee
wasn't
downstairs.
Here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's spoiled now. Spoiled.
I am a little CB, coffee bougie.
Right?
And creative bougie.
There you
and
go.
I have all kinds of bougie.
There I love it. So let's go down that road, okay? So you need to make sure that you're doing what's in your best interest.
Yes.
Okay. You need to make sure, and I was explaining this yesterday. You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself first before you're helping other people. And maybe it's through helping other people that you're taking care of yourself. I'm not saying don't help other people. I'm saying make sure that you've invested time. Make sure you're making decisions for yourself first. And here's the why behind it. Lindsay could have spiraled out of control, trying to make everyone else happy, trying to reschedule Tristan's birthday over and over and over again to find that perfect time. And you want to know what Tristan would have learned? He's not important.
Oh.
Because you're moving his birthday around everyone else. Now everyone else is more important and he is not.
Well, when you put it like that.
But it's true.
Wow.
It's very true. And I've seen it. Okay? I coach
That's
gymnastics.
How you create people pleasers.
Ooh. Yes.
That's what I am. I'm working on that.
You have to work on that. Okay? So when we talk about this, when you're scheduling things, I'm not saying be a choice of negative words, okay? But are you making the right decisions for yourself? Mm-hmm. Are you leading yourself? Are you being intentional about yourself? Are you making strategic decisions for yourself? Now, I'm not saying don't forget about everyone else.
See, that's where I struggle.
And then,
that's a
hey,
balance.
I'm going this direction. I'm having Tristan's birthday at this day, at this time. I would love if y'all could come join us.
Yes.
Okay. But if you can't, that's okay.
Yes.
If you can't, that's okay.
So my struggle in that of taking that stand and not being that pleaser, that people pleaser, is you want to be aware of different things. You want to be considerate of others. And it's this, are you being considerate? Are you being selfish? Are you like, that's the teeter-totter, I don't know, of going down the negative side of things, I guess, the spiral of taking that in the wrong way.
Sure, someone could say, "Oh, Nick said I need to put myself first. I'm going to step on people's heads and climb to the top of the ladder, and I'm gonna crush people.
I'm gonna do whatever I want because that's what I want."
Right? Well, if you took it that way, then your mindset's wrong. Seriously, listen to what I said.
What'd you say?
I said, lead yourself first, make the best decisions for you, and then invite people to come alongside you. Okay. You want to know what? It's almost like God's promise about money. Tithe and then be a good steward of what I've given you. Okay. If you want the blessing, and this is coming from Ernesto, right? It's coming from Ernesto and Pastor Keith. They're the one that helped me realize this. You know, you get people who tithe and go, I've tithe, therefore God's going to bless me. But then you're completely foolish with your money. No, to get the blessing, you have to do both pieces.
Right.
Okay. You need to make the best decision for you, but the best, and if you're married and you have kids, you're making the best decision for your family, but then you invite people to come along. So you have to do both. And if someone said, oh, Nick just gave me permission to, you know, squish all over people and not care about others, then you've taken what I've said and you're twisting my words to align with the way you want to perceive it. Okay? Which there's a current country in the world doing that right now. And if you don't know what's going on right now, you better turn on the news and at least have an understanding of what's going on, because what just happened last night, daytime their time, nighttime our time, is going to impact you. You need to be aware, and when you go down this road, you need to listen to what they're saying, and you need to listen to what Americans are saying, and you need to hear both sides of it so you can start to develop a complete picture. So there's a guy out there, great guy. His name is Scott Yarbrough. And I asked him, I was like, how are you so knowledgeable about what's going on in the world? And he said, I listen to Fox and I get their side of it. I listen to CNN and I get their side of it. And he listens to a couple other, news networks, and it helps him get a world view of what different people's positions are. And he forms his own opinion, but he doesn't just listen to one narrative.
See, I think that's where a lot of people don't. Like, they listen to one side of the story and like, oh yeah, that's what I believe. That's right. That's I'm going to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, because that's easy. That takes no brain power. They're telling me what I want to hear.
Yeah. Which is why people like Fox or CNN, they don't like both.
There's a reason why a guy like Joe Rogan can have 10 million views.
Why is that?
Because he speaks to both sides. And then you have people like here we go. Let me streamline it down. There's a reason why someone like Joe Rogan can have 1 million views. Maybe I exaggerate on a little bit. Can have 1 million views, and you have a news network, a large news network that is struggling to get 500,000 views. Okay, there comes a point where someone says, I'm going to be authentic about this, and I'm going to talk about both sides. And then you as the audience, I want you to make your decision. And people are tired of being told what to think now. Now, I thank you for giving me your opinion. I value your opinion, but I'm going to start making my own decisions now. I'm tired of hearing your push. I want to make my own decisions now.
Did you hear what he said? Say it again.
Which part? You repeat it.
Thank you for your opinion, but I'm going to make my own decisions.
Yes.
Say that out loud to yourself.
Thank you for giving me your opinion. I'm going to make my own decision.
Because people don't know how to say that.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of people out there that don't know how to say that.
And here we go, right? Here's why you say it that way. When you say thank you, I'm acknowledging you. I'm acknowledging your point of view.
Right.
Okay? But that's still your opinion. I'm sorry. If I'm just going to drop it. There's a conflict that's starting up right now, and that's why you need to get knowledgeable about this. But unless you are sitting at the briefing with the president, unless you are in the Pentagon, you have an opinion. You don't know. You don't have real-time data about what's going on. You're hearing an opinion. So, and I want to hear your opinion. I might learn a new way to view something, right? I want to hear it. But just because I listen to your opinion doesn't mean that I have to absolutely agree with you. It's still just your opinion.
And you can formulate your own.
And I get to formulate my own. Absolutely. And you want to know what? Is mine probably going to be skewed pro-American?
It's also going to be skewed on your experiences versus my experiences, my beliefs versus your beliefs.
Absolutely.
Everything is skewed to you as an individual.
Preach it, girl. So
I'm done.
So be sure that you're doing that. Okay. You go out with friends and family. Are you making the best decision for you and your family? Okay. You're going out, you're planning something. Are you doing what's best for your family? Now, I'm not saying forget about everyone else there, but still make sure that your family's in the forefront. Okay. My daughters know they're a priority. We'll invite people, but y'all need to come onto our schedule.
Yeah.
Right? So that's that. Let's hop on to the next thing.
Nick got called out.
I got called out. I got called up by Amber. I got called up by Lindsay.
Yep.
I'm sure Angelina will hop on that bandwagon. Right? And I was having a conversation with Amber, but right before my men's Bible study. And I was like, like this and this and that. And, when I go to men's Bible study, I want to be fed. Like I'm getting around people who are leaders and I want to be fed. And
well, that's a lot of the expectation when you go to church, when you join a Bible study. You're like, what can I get out of this? What am I gonna learn? You learned something.
Oh yeah, I learned.
The lesson he thought he was.
I learned something. It's readers are leaders, and you always know who to start following because they're the ones taking notes. Okay, when you're in service and you want to figure out who the leaders are in service, watch who has their phone out taking notes. Watch who has their notepads out taking notes. Just a little tidbit there. And I remember I was standing in the kitchen and Amber was walking into the living room and she said, it may not be about you getting spoken into. It may be you needing to speak into others. And some of you online might be like, Nick, you do a lot of talking. Like you speaking into others should be like borderline natural. Like, what are you even going with here? No, because sometimes I like being the smallest voice in the room. Sometimes I like being the novice in the room or the most green person in the room because I'm always trying to better myself. I'm always trying to learn from other people. I'm always trying to level up my life, right? I'm always trying to rise up. So no, there's a lot of times when I enjoy being the smallest voice, the quietest voice, because I'm listening. I am actively listening to the greatness that is coming from a stage, the greatness that is coming from a conversation, the greatness that is coming from the people that I'm sitting around. And sure enough, during that Bible study, it was me imparting knowledge and understanding and direction to a newer individual into my sphere of influence.
Well, it wasn't just to that person. That whole group was listening.
Yes.
You don't know who, or you don't know how what you said impacted everyone.
You and here we go, right? You're saying the right things when people are starting to pull out their phones and writing down what you said. Mm-hmm. Right? And that was...
And then you're like, oh, how did I say that?
Oh, no, I wrote it down. I wrote it down. I was like, I even said that. I was like, wow, I said that so good. I'm going to write that down. And some of the guys chuckled because they were writing down what I was saying. Well, here we go. Where I'm going with this is that understanding that mindset shift, I thought I was being humble, but in reality, I was being kind of selfish.
Yeah, you were. It's not about Nick.
That's a lie.
It's not always about Nick.
That's a lie.
I'm just going to keep repeating it. It's not always about Nick.
Don't speak that over me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, in that.
Yes, correct.
In that.
Correct.
Let me explain. Sometimes you're the instrument. Tool.
I know. I'm getting sharper and sharper and sharper. I was so dull. I had a comment. Then I realized after I said that comment, I would not be able to take it back because that would have really offended easily 100 people.
Oh,
Yes, I'm just going to keep that one to myself because, it's a positive show. Don't
Yeah,
be
let's
offending
be
y'all people.
positive.
Don't be offending y'all peoples.
let's just offend Nick. No.
I can handle it. My shoulders may not be that wide, but they're big enough. So here we go, right? How many of you stay silent? And because you stay silent, you're not blessing the people around you. How many of you could be leaders?
Our leaders.
No. They're not leaders yet. Here's why they're not leaders yet. I'm almost there. Could be leaders. But because you're not speaking positive over yourself, so you can speak positive when God puts you in those situations, that you're not ready. You could be a leader. You're not a leader yet. Okay? I could be a leader in my Bible study, but I wasn't a leader yet till I decided to shift my mindset. Okay? Yes. Am I a leader? Absolutely. There's no question about that, right? But in that room,
You were actually choosing to not be a leader.
I was choosing to not be a leader, and it was. And Amber said this right before I went to that Bible study. Shifted my mindset, and okay, I need to speak. Now let's. So, yes. Don't be silent. Okay. Now, you also don't need to be the chatterbox. Let's go down this road. Okay. Leadership is having a balance of knowing when to speak and when to listen. All right. Don't go become a chatterbox where you're bringing no value to the group, but you're just talking to talk. Leaders learn how to balance that. Okay. And you need to know how to balance that. If you're going to go be in the room and you're like, yes, I've been quiet this whole time, I'm going to start speaking. Great. Then make sure that when you speak, you bring value.
Right.
Okay. Are you speaking to fill yourself up, or are you speaking to fill the group up? Because one is being a leader, the other is being whatever thought just ran through your head when I paused. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know. Okay. So yes, speak, but make sure it brings value. We're not going to get to the last topic because that's going to take 20, 30 minutes into itself.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yep. So we're just not going to go down that road. So it's Tuesday. How many of y'all worked yesterday? I worked yesterday. Did you work yesterday?
Yep.
Did you work yesterday? Angelina's here now. Angelina's in the office.
She said nope.
She's like, nope, I don't work. I tell y'all what to do. I'm the boss lady.
She forgot to tell us that yesterday was a holiday. She took the holiday and she's like, they can work.
Right. I delegate this. All right. So. And this group is going to be starting up in 8 days. 8 days, we're going to have a group. It's going to be called
some work to do.
I know. It's going to be called the Big Three. And the whole part of the Big Three is to help you identify, help me identify, help whoever wants to join the group identify what are the big 3 things that we're going to get done this week. Okay. And we're going to keep each other accountable. Right. And understand that when you join this group, I'm going to want you to do videos. I'm going to want you to do text. I'm going to want you to participate. And I'm working on some rules of, hey, if you haven't participated in a month, I'm just going to remove you from the group. Because I'm not wanting people just to be there. I'm wanting people to be there so they can start leveling up their life.
Well, just some insight. Might take people longer to warm up to speaking.
Sure.
To being
No.
leader.
I didn't say they had to do video. I said I'd like them to do video.
Just saying.
Lindsay, that is
challenging for some people to speak out. So.
Great. I'll help them. Here we go, right? If you're like Nick, Nick, I want to do video, but I'm really nervous. Great, get on camera with me. Maybe some of you don't know this. I used to run a 9,000 square foot video production facility. Okay, I used to stand behind the camera and guide people through whatever episode or whatever they're shooting or whatever they wanted to talk about. All right, if you need a guide to help you get ready for camera work, I'll do it. Lindsay has actually run everything behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Thank you for actually making a noise. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
There we go. She did a little, I'm like, no, I need you to talk a little bit here.
No,
okay. So if you're nervous about getting on camera, come join us. Okay. And guess what? You don't have to come in the studio. We can remote you in now. Okay. Total tangent. Let's go back to this. So you're going to have your big three. I'm going to want you to participate and understand when you do your big three, these are the big three goals for the week, not the month, not the year, the week. And then what's your reward? And I'm thinking, Amber, I'm thinking a fun reward for us would be like to get a babysitter in the morning and go get like breakfast and mimosas. Like, Amber, I'm thinking about this. I'm letting you know, like, I'm wanting like a breakfast date with, I can have mimosas. You can have mimosas. I'll have poinsettias. And wherever we go has to have amazing coffee. And I just figured out where I want to go. Rick's Chop House.
I was going to say, is it in McKinney?
Yes, it's downtown McKinney. It is Rick's Chop House. Amber, let's set up a date. You, me, babe. We're going to set up a date. Rick's Chop House. Yep. And you want to know what? If any of you guys who are watching want to join us, message me. Let's have a group show up. Let's enjoy some good food. Let's have some great conversation. Mm-hmm. Let's have some fun. Amber, we're going to talk about this after the show. We're going to make this happen. If you want to join us, you message me. So, well, I just invited a whole audience to meet me at Rick's Chop House.
Did. I wonder how many are going to show up.
How much fun would that be? Oh my goodness, that'd be so much fun. So much fun, right? See, he's like, I love Rick's. Oh, Rick's Chop House is so good.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Oh, see, Lindsay, you're gonna go. Angelina, you in? She's like, okay. So, hey guys, know that you're loved. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. I know this during the beginning there was a lot of storytelling, but I hope you guys got a lot out of this. I really do. I did not roll any of the lower thirds this episode.
Well, today's show is sponsored by Social Media Torch. If you need any social media digital marketing needs, you just call us and let us know.
There we
go. If you're not sure what you need, you should do a consultation with Nick.
Yes, I offer free consultations.
Yes.
And people get so here we go, right? When you do a free consultation, it's not a sales pitch. When you do a free consultation, you need to be providing value. Mm-hmm. And that's what I do. I do a checklist of here's things that you need to do. Mm-hmm. Here's what you're missing in the digital workspace. Here's what you need to do. So know that you are loved. Know that you are blessed.
You didn't set me up.
Oh, and make sure that you
rise up
and crush it.
Bye y'all.